Hey guys, welcome. So we're live. We're live. Tell your friends, tell your family that we've gone live. We've gone live. So invite them. Invite them. Yeah. Today is going to be a very interactive session. We are talking about irreconcilable differences. So tell your friends. No one for you to miss. Yeah. Imagine me letting go. I imagine me letting go of Oh, thank you. Linda, welcome. Imagine
Thank
me.
you for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Because rain is falling, so I need to be sure.
Oh, okay. I can hear, but your camera is not clear yet, so
Okay, how about like this?
still not
Is it
sure.
okay like this?
It's still rolling, oh. Okay, I can see you now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Happy Sunday. I'm happy to have you
Same to
here.
you.
This will be the first time I'm
Yeah,
doing this, Abby, but it will definitely not be the last.
yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me here.
Yeah. So we are trying to stall time for others to join, and in a minute we'll start. So guys, it's going to be a
That's
very
fine.
interactive session. I'll be asking questions, we'll be answering. Please, I would like you to pay good attention to this man that we have in the building this night. He's filled with so much wisdom. I think we've known each other for like, are you sure it have not reached like 2 years or 3 years, like play or
I think it's
something
more
like
than
that?
2 years though.
I mean,
It's more than 2 years. I think like 2019. That's 4 years
yes.
now. Going to 4 years.
Ah, time flies though.
Time flies. Abi.
Time actually
Everybody is growing up.
flies. Shabi is even started from maybe poem like something like that. I mean, sent poem. I can't even. That's how he even started. And oh,
I think I started writing poems, so Kingsley was reposting it. So
yes,
you already knew my name, but you
but
didn't
I'm not.
recognize me.
That's true.
And the first time you saw me, I was like, you know that I'm the one. Oh.
Yes, I did not know. Ah, God, I can remember. Wasn't it that first dinner?
And I came to greet you and you were like, this brother has come to ask me. And I was like, no, okay, no,
Oh
let
my
them
God,
know your boyfriend
I
around.
apologize.
Yeah,
Hey, baby,
but at least that
welcome.
first today.
Yes, yes. Wumi, welcome. Okay, so in a few minutes' time, we'll just kick off because of time and all.
Yes.
Yeah. So while we're doing that, if we should enjoy my singing, I'm trying to see if I can boost my music career so I can enjoy my song.
Nice. Now you make music career already.
See. You know, sometimes I used to be like, this girl, how many things do you want to do? There's something like, remember that we have Jehovah Shammah, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah. So he's a healer, he's a savior, he's a this. So I can do many things. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I can just specialize that, but
Versatile.
yes, but it's not a serious thing. I should not be too hard on myself. It's not bad that I'm good at so many things.
Yeah. I think it's a matter of maybe like you pick one or two that everybody knows you
Yeah,
for. Do
exactly.
other things because at least just one life. So you can be a musician, be an actor, you want to be an actor, be a lawyer, you want to be a lawyer. But at least just make sure you're enjoying your life, sir. Basically.
As in, please though, life is too short to just be to be thinking too much.
Enjoying life every day. Every
Yes,
day at least. No matter how tough it is, try and enjoy life every
yeah,
single day. Do one thing
yeah,
that you
yeah.
enjoy.
Very, very important. Very important. So that you don't wake up one day and be regretting. And
Exactly.
more things are happening. Things are happening. Before this session, like as we speak right now, there's something happening in this our street at the moment. We just hearing shout. The husband was just throwing everything that belongs to her from upstairs, downstairs. I was like, ha, God. And they have me in this street too. God.
I think that also some people don't even realize how important therapy is.
Ha.
And maybe to an extent because it's maybe expensive. I don't know, but
yes. So I was just saying that that's
the
why
idea
this.
of talking to a third party
Mhm.
is always hard.
It's always hard. It's always hard. That's why when the thing was happening, I was like, this why this session is actually very important because all these things even have started from different small things and all that did not take serious before they landed to this particular case. And now it's already in court hand, so we're just watching. So
Yeah, that one is gone.
we're just watching. No, anything that enter court like this. Oh,
But I think that was because I think to an extent, before people break up like that, they already have like series of issues that are piling up. So if you're not
yeah,
addressing them, keep on piling up and it collapses.
that's true.
But
That's very true. Ignore,
end of
ignore,
the day,
ignore.
let's give our best. Yeah.
Let's give our best, though.
You feel like
Let's give
okay,
our best.
let's not talk about it. So it shouldn't be an issue.
Yes, yes, please.
So let me start giving you my point now.
Abi, let's chill small. Okay, so guys, in 2 minutes time we'll be kicking off because we're starting exactly at 5:10. Yeah, and I will read our speaker's profile. It has a very profound profile, so you have to chill to listen to everything. I have to give him all his accolades because it's not easy. If you're on his WhatsApp timeline now, you have seen his process. When I was reading all the jobs and everything I was like, guy, you walk up past me. But then we did not get where we are with that process, and it's magical actually. One day we'll look back. The way you were laughing and typing it that day, I'm pretty sure when you were going through those things, you were not joking. You're not laughing. It's not that you're looking back and you're just.
I had to remove some things.
Are you serious?
It was looking like it's getting too much. Yeah, it's getting too much. Let's just move this one. Let's just put the recent ones. I didn't look like somebody. Sometimes it just feels like maybe you are lying. Because I just feel like there's too much that you're doing and it's just unbelievable. But I think we just thank God for capacity.
Yeah.
You know, expanding capacity to do more of that.
Yeah, I'm very happy for you. If they collect groom price, where's Christiana? Christiana, I'll collect groom price for it.
Yeah, I told her already. She gets to pay groom price. I'm going to do exchange. I pay bride price, you pay down.
Oh, well, okay. So, guys, I'll be reading our speaker's profile now. His name is Huthman Badmos. Huthman Badmos is a professional development consultant. Through his close mentorship program, CMP, he helps young people become better versions of themselves. He is committed to helping young people attain higher levels of enlightenment about social issues, particularly enjoys working with teenagers, young adults, and singles. Huthman is also an academic research consultant with over 4 years of experience. He currently serves as the principal consultant at Loonline Research and Content Hub, a foremost academic research consultancy. Since the establishment of Leaders First Company, a world-class provider of leadership competency and trainings and human capacity development service, Huthman has been invited to serve in multiple positions since 2020. He served as the Pioneer Director of Communication, then went on to serve as the Director of Innovation, Strategy and Partnership, where he contributed his experience in developing strategies, initiatives, and programs that aid leadership competency and development. He currently serves as the company's Chief Communication Officer. Previously, Huthman served as the Dean of Fort Institute School of Leadership, an affiliate of Leaders Fort Company, and a foremost institute of specialized learning established for immersive and comprehensive leadership development and education. Since its establishment, the Fort School of Leadership has been able to reach to more than 10,000 leaders and leadership enthusiasts across 4 continents. Currently, Huthman serves as the Fort Institute Deputy Director for Partnership and Strategy, assisting the Institute achieve its mission to raise 10 million leaders across various industries in Africa by the year 2050. Huthman also serves as the Deputy Director of Global Partnerships at the Fort Foundation, a non-for-profit, non-governmental organization established with the mission to enlighten young Africans about the importance of transformational leadership to its development and progress of Africa and the world. As a prolific writer, Huthman has published 5 books reflecting his commitment to helping young people live their best life. His books are focused on personal development, education, and critical thinking. Huthman loves volunteering and does so with STEM Education Development Foundation, a charitable organization committed to promoting STEM education among Africans. He was previously a volunteer at the Life After School Last initiative. He is also an academic scholar with research interests in crime, deviance, social change, and strain theories. He co-authored a peer-reviewed essay which was published in an international journal. Huthman is a recipient of numerous awards and recognition, and the most recent is the 4th Award of Excellence in recognition for his outstanding virtue, selfless service, and dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, family, help me welcome the great Huthman Badmos. You're welcome, Huthman. It's so great to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
I like doing things like this actually, speaking to people. Just share what you know. You don't have to wait until you know everything.
I know, right?
Let people grow together.
So that's great. So we are talking about irreconcilable differences. So to start with, how will you define irreconcilable differences?
I think for me, I really don't like doing definitions because when it comes to human interaction, definitions cannot capture everything. Do you understand? So but I check the dictionary and then you look at other words like you can use to replace the word irreconcilable. And then some of the words you get are incompatible. You see uncompromising, you see opposite. Right, so when it comes to, and of course now start with, as human beings we are different.
That's true.
A relationship is simply two different individuals coming together, choosing to build something better and bigger than the individual self. Alright, so now when it comes to, so you already understand that as individuals we are different. So basically you have differences, you have different backgrounds, you have different upbringing, you have differences in education and so many things like that. But even have differences within the religion, like denominations. You can be Catholic and another person is Methodist. That's the difference. So when it comes to irreconcilable, what it means is that now, in addition to what I said before, when it comes to the differences that are existing in a relationship, when you're in a relationship, it works because even though we recognize that we are different, we choose to work. We choose to find common ground for cooperation, collaboration. And then we also choose to address our differences, recognize that sometimes they can be sources of strength. But when it becomes irreconcilable, at that point, it means that there is no middle ground. We can't by ourselves find a middle ground. And possibly, even with the help of a third party, like let's say the court or therapist or your parents or family or relatives, you can't find a middle ground. We can't agree on this particular issue. We can't sacrifice what we stand for in order to make what we have together to work. So irreconcilable simply means that there is no middle ground. It can't work. There is no compromising on this issue. There's no compromising on this difference. You and I have our differences, quite alright. This is normal. Everybody is different, like I explained before. But when it becomes irreconcilable, at that point in time, it means that we are not willing to make it work, or it just cannot work. There are some things that, for example, the Bible says darkness and light cannot mix. That's irreconcilable. It's a difference that you can't mix it together. Do you understand? If there's darkness in a room and light comes in, darkness leaves. They can't share the space. That is irreconcilable, as far as the definition is concerned.
Oh, that is great. So can you give us specific characters, like example that, like, because like example of irreconcilable differences?
Differences. I wrote a few here because there are a lot of them. Do you understand? There are a lot of them. I think it was early this year, and then they released this statistic that in, I think it was Abuja or Lagos, 4,000 couples had their marriages nullified because of irreconcilable differences in 1 month, in one state in Nigeria. 4,000. That's 8,000 people. that married and it could not work. And most of these things happen within the first 2 years of marriage. So they're not even 5 years or 10 years marriage, 2 years, less than 2 years. So now I'm assuming that in this case, now I'm assuming that the bulk of people are talking to here are singles. So we're trying to like help them understand some differences that are reconcilable before you even get married. Because sometimes these things are already there.
Yes, sir.
It didn't develop when you got married. It's there before you got married. You just chose to ignore it. But like we talk about red flags too. And the first one I have here is faith or religion. That's like the first thing,
Yes.
the first irreconcilable difference as far as they're concerned. Now, for me, I believe that spiritual unity is very important in every family, which means it's important that the partners in the marriage, the man and the woman, are of the same religion, so that when you are having a family, you can achieve a kind of spiritual union. That's an advantage for the family, and most people choose to ignore it because you don't like talking about the God factor, you don't like talking about the spiritual angle of it. And then now that everybody's trying to be woke and liberal, you now have people of different religions just coming together. But if you're actually serious about the religion you are professing, it is very likely that it will be impossible for you and your partner to sustain a family or relationship when you have spiritual differences. You understand? Now, there's an intimacy that can come from you and your partner sharing the same religion, praying at the same time. It's a source of intimacy that people ignore. Yes, so spiritual unity allows you to have some kind of intimacy that will contribute to the sustainability or the longevity of a relationship. So if you fail to recognize that faith is a very important part, integral part of a relationship, what you are doing is that you are blocking off another source of intimacy that is very important. And all the irreconcilable differences you can find here, they all boil down to one: lack of intimacy. When there's no intimacy in the marriage, it's gone.
It's gone.
Once there's no intimacy in the relationship, it's gone. And intimacy is not just only sexual. There are so many forms of intimacy: intellectual intimacy, spiritual intimacy, financial intimacy. Do you understand? Emotional intimacy. There are different forms of it. So when you ignore faith or religion as a part or as something that you need to address in a relationship, you are effectively blocking the source of intimacy in a relationship. And and even with all of this source of intimacy working very well, it's still hard work to make it work, to make the relationship work, to make the marriage work. So when you cut off one engine, let's assume that it's supposed to fire on 6 and you remove one, you're working on 5, it becomes even harder.
Yes.
Do you understand? So faith is it's a very big one, and that's why I put that as number 1. The second year is genotype. I don't think anybody should.
I will ignore it though. I think the people is put this on last when you fall in love finish, you now can't start taking genotype.
Yeah, when you are done, it's when you start liking them. When I like you. The first time, how are you? What's the genotype? Hey, I'm A. Okay, let's continue talking. But you wait until you falling in love. We have people that check this thing a day to marriage. They do it for 5 years, checking the genotype a day to marriage. Why? So I don't know how you want to make it work. I mean, we have technology that are coming up that are helping people navigate differences in genotype. But for now, they're not available everywhere yet. So until then, you have to, because it is not fair on the child for you to, because of your love, you marry somebody, date somebody, and then the child has to bear that burden. You bear the burden too, but the child is not bearing the pain and everything. So I think this is something that people have to like really, concentrate on, like talking about genotype and addressing it. It is not going to work. No matter how much you feel for each other, we can be friends. Let's just put this thing up. Yeah, exactly. It's a no-go area. Then another irreconcilable difference is childbearing. I think when people are dating, they tend to just assume that some things are automatic. Like in their mind, they'll be like, everybody wants children. But actually, some people just want to get married. They don't want to have children.
Some people even just want to adopt. They don't even want to enter the labor room.
You understand? Some people even prefer to use surrogacy. Let somebody just carry the baby.
Yes.
You understand? Then some people can. So you have a partner that has already assumed that, okay, you know what, as a woman, you're going to get pregnant and carry the baby and give birth. And you as a woman, you have an idea that, okay, you know what, to adopt either a baby or adopt an animal. or you know, a lot of people have different ideologies now. So
Yes.
the world is becoming more diverse. So it's no longer black and white. There are different ideologies out there. So you need to ask, I want children. Do you want children? If you don't want children, we should not be in this relationship at all. And then another issue with that is talking about how many children you want to have. That's another thing you must talk about.
Yes.
I want to have children. I want to have children. Like, how many? Some men want 6. They want 7. Maybe because they were the only child, so they want to give their children as many siblings as possible. They want it to be plenty.
Why let me shock
So they don't go
you?
to
Why some people even want more self is because they don't want the woman to finally be free. Ha! Like
so you're going to raise children and then you're busy.
And then you're busy. Because once the children are grown now, she now has freedom. She can start entrepreneurship. She can do this. She can do that. She'll start looking more young and everything. So why? This is a real life story. So some people just want to that she will keep on raising and carrying this child and all those kind of things. She will not have time and all. That is a very valid point.
A full-time job.
Thank you.
Some people want to have children because they feel like it's an investment. Maybe at least if I have 7 children, one of them will be successful in life. It's a gamble for some people. I've seen people like that. It's a gamble for some people. And then aside talking about the number of children, you also talk about gender. Do you have specific
gender
that you want? Some men or some women, they are specific about, okay, I want a boy and a girl. And they're actually adamant about it. Which means if you get married and you're only able to have female children, you probably have a problem. And imagine having 4 daughters and then your husband is telling you that he's looking for a man or a boy child. Do you understand? I mean,
yes,
you have 4 children already. And then some men might even go as far as not taking care of those female children that you have.
Yes.
So that I know I want a boy child. And then from there, you start having another wife or side chick or whatever they call it. So another one, I don't want to waste because it's a long list.
Okay.
So another one is financial orientation. I think money. 2 biggest things that ruin relationship now is money and sex. And those 2 things, people don't talk about it. Because looking at our own culture here, is it my network or not?
No, it was mine.
Are we together?
Yes.
Are we together? Yeah. So I said, looking at our culture here, people don't talk about money. I mean, people don't have financial intelligence. They don't have financial education. It's just an automatic thing. You grow up, start making money, start spending money. You don't know what to do with it. So you might have different financial orientations that needs to be addressed. What do you think about money? What do you think money is for? How important is money to you? Is it a must-have or is it something that you can compromise of? How much exactly is enough money for you? Do you understand? So it's very important to talk about so I understand how they see money. There are some people that if you're in a relationship with them, the way they see money can just make you annoyed. Some people worship money. They worship money. They lose their sense when it comes to money, which means you offer them a certain amount of money, the time is misbehaving. Alright? And then there are some people that they feel like, okay, you know what, they are very frugal. And you might call them stingy. That's the way they treat money. They feel that money should not be spent anyhow. Let's just work and save. And this is why there are different personalities in that. So when it comes to financial orientation, different personalities. There are spenders, there are savers, there are people that like working. Some people like working for money, just work and make the money. Some people like spending. They spend anyhow. And I don't know how they do it, but they always have money to spend.
I don't know.
They have money, but they have money to spend heavily. Some people like saving. They don't piling the money up. So imagine you're in a relationship with somebody and you didn't address this and you get married. And then your partner wants to be saving money. That money can piling up. And one person wants to be spending. So while you are working and saving money, the other person is taking that money to go and buy a power bike. Or go and buy one very expensive shirt. Those little things that cause problem in the long run. Because you do the first time, it will pay me that I'm working, I saved this money. Money that I saved for like 3 years. Used to buy power bank in one day. You understand? It can make me angry. But I might not talk the first time, second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. It start piling up. At some point in time, you start getting irritated. You start getting disgusted by the person. And at that point in time, intimacy has gone out of the window. So you start having issues. because you don't know that this is how this person is. It's not as if the person is not appreciating your effort in saving the money. They are just naturally a spender. Maybe the way they were raised in their family, they have a lot of money there. So they spend anyhow because the money is there. But maybe the other person is coming from a background where they have to manage money. They have to spend, in budget. So that was, and then also it's very important to address the issue of debt. I think before you get married to somebody, you have to ask them, how much are you owing people? Very, very important. Send them money that is owing. You understand? And then there's people, and then on this too, there are people that their first reaction to financial issues is go and borrow money. They go and borrow money. So small, you are broke, small like this, borrow. You want to do birthday, borrow money. You want to do party, borrow money. And then your other part, it might not be something that you agree with. And then of course, in a relationship, once you are married, for example, if your partner is owing somebody money, by extension, you are owing somebody money.
Money. There's no two
ways about it. You have to understand. You understand? And there's some people that their own natural reaction to problems to sell things. Your husband don't come one morning, you go out with the car and come back with his legs. Where's the car? I sold it to so I can eat.
This thing is actually so true. It's actually so true because I know of a couple that they were living in their own home, right? So while they were in their own home, the wife was just eating in the parlor, and they just came to tell her, "Madam, this house no longer belongs to you." Like she was like, "I don't get. Like you are in your parlor, you're watching just like you're watching Z World or you're watching one of your distance. Somebody just enter and come and tell you that this house you're staying is not your own again." She was like, "I don't understand. Your husband has sold the house."
Yeah,
when your husband the house, yeah, just
and that's from that house. Another thing. People that gamble, run from them.
Hey,
they're not gonna gamble with your house or your education fund for your children. Just gamble with it, and then you come home and then there's nothing you can do about it. You're not going to kill him.
Nothing.
But the money has gone.
That's gone.
So these are issues that you need to check. Then another one is household responsibilities. Who should do what in the house? I'm going to give you examples. Some men believe that a man should not cook, should not do anything in the house. He should not sweep, he should not wash anything, he should not clean anything. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And there are men that maybe have more liberal views of this household works. And there are women that are raised, there's women that by virtue of their upbringing, they don't do housework. They can't touch plates, they can't wash, they can't put their hand too much in water because they have soft skin. And then you now marry somebody like that, and then she tell that she can't wash your dress, and you start making noise. When you were dating, she doesn't even wash her own clothes by herself. She probably outsources it, and then you marry her, and then you expect her to be washing. You wash your jeans, wash your office wears, and clean the house and wash plates. Do you understand? People have differences on something like cooking. Who should cook? Do you think everyone should cook, or does everyone think that cooking is something that is only for women? Because like I said, people have different orientations now. The world is evolving. So what is usually obtainable is changing now. So you need to ask questions. What do you think about this thing? Because now people are just coming up with different kind of orientation. You want to say, no, I'm this thing. You want to say, no, I'm that. Do you understand? So you need to ask questions and be sure. Don't date somebody for 3 years just because you want to discover whether they can cook or not. Ask them. Sometimes they know. Ask. A lot of people date for 5 years saying that I'm getting to know them. Some things that you wait for years to know, you can just know by asking the right questions. But when you go on date, the first date, you went to eat food. Second date, you went to eat food. Third date, you went to watch movies. The fourth date, food. The fifth one, food. Then from there, you start dating. When you're dating, it's just party, hang out, this, that. Maybe you come on and do, I don't know. So you get. And then you're not learning anything because you're not asking questions. And the other person is not at fault because they're not lying to you. You just didn't ask. You assumed.
Just ask.
Okay. Yes, you assume that's what it is for them. And then for them, it's just. I lived in a house. We are all boys. So all of us used to work. We work. So because my mother that for 4 boys, you can't just tell them to. You can't trust them to do housework. So she has to split everything for everybody. So you have very strict roster. We know we're supposed to wash plate and clean the kitchen. We know we're supposed to sweep the whole house. Everybody has their work. You wake up, do your work. Do you understand? And there are some people that have sisters, so their parents raised them not to do anything. So they believe that only women should do those things. So you now marry somebody like that, and the person might be joining you in the kitchen to wash plates. If you come home from work earlier than you, he will sit down and wait for you to come and cook. And you wash all the dishes in the house. Even if you are coming back by 9 p.m. in the night and come back by say maybe 4 p.m. during that day, he wait for you. Do you understand? So those are issues too. Then another thing is, this one is a bit funny, is wedding ceremony. This one is before you marry, obviously.
Yeah.
Some people want big ceremonies. Some people want low key. So it can be an irreconcilable difference too. And all of these things are like, when I say irreconcilable, there are things that you need to ask questions about.
Yes.
So you can understand what the person's opinion or stand on it is before you get into a relationship.
Yeah, because like on this small wedding and big wedding stuff, I've heard of a story where because the lady, I think she wanted a big wedding, the man wanted a small wedding, something like that. And they said they say happy wife is happy life, right? So he decided to just give his all into the wedding. And after that, it went broke. For majority was from borrowed money, believing that people are going to come on that day and that's their money and give them gifts and all those kind of things.
And then
it did not happen like that.
Economy has changed.
Yeah, so it did not happen like so. When they got into it, everything just changed. So they entered in like a month into the wedding. They already having different quarrel. Like, you are the cause of this problem. You are already pointing finger. 1 year into the marriage, those things, any small thing that happened, they are still referring back to how you wasted resources.
It's your fault.
Yes, it's your fault.
It's your fault that we have
Thank you.
So don't stress me. It's your fault that I don't have money. Take care of this. It's your fault that I don't have money. Don't stress me. Yeah, shit like that too. It's like that too. You know?
Serious.
I think sometimes ask questions. What kind of wedding ceremony do you want? Probably that's going too far. If there's no middle ground, it can be a problem. Those ones who are even married, some people not even just like, you know what, since we can't agree on what it's going to be like, let's not go ahead with it. Yes, and in that case, you can get married to somebody like that and then they end up punishing you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Your fault. You forced me to do it. I don't want to do it. But I did it because of you, no problem. You understand? So, and then another thing here is communication and accountability. I don't think you should be in a relationship with somebody that you cannot talk to. Somebody that believes that I'm not your mate. No matter how older you are, the age difference between the two of you, you are mates. It's supposed to be mates. I'm supposed to be able to talk to my partner. I'm supposed to be able to talk to your partner about issues, things that maybe you don't want. And that's like the foundation of all of these irreconcilable differences. If you don't communicate, it goes beyond talking. It goes beyond gisting. You communicate to the person. They understand what you are saying, where you are coming from, what informs your ideology, your belief system. Do you understand? So
yes,
accountability is very important. The person that you are with, is this somebody that will tell you that why are you asking where I'm coming from? I went out. Why are you asking me? You understand? And they start making you feel like you are clingy, or maybe you don't trust them enough, and then start doing some kind of gaslighting, emotional blackmail. Oh, you're asking where I went to because you don't trust me, Abby. And they're like, okay, sorry, it's not like that, no verse, something like that. So it's from the onset you started seeing it. Even the person disguising at first, later on you see it. You see it because it's a personality flaw. They feel like nobody can talk to me anyhow, and sometimes you can trace all of these things to either their background or the kind of information they consume. People that have mentors on Twitter, a lot of things you consume on Twitter now. Everybody's telling you how to do it.
Everybody is not a counselor, a teacher.
So you consume different information and you start acting like, okay, I've been taught that, okay, a woman should not talk to a man anyhow, or a man is not accountable to his female partner. So these are issues too. Then, last one I have here, there are more than this. I'm just trying to summarize them.
Yeah.
Last one is disrespect, lack of trust, and conflict. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you keep on fighting every time. You cannot agree on one single thing. I don't think you should be together. And there's not be one thing that you can agree on that, okay, without fighting. You must just fight. At the end of the day, the agreement you achieve is not because you actually agree, it's because somebody else has to step down for somebody. Do you understand? And like I said earlier on, when it comes to irreconcilable differences, the major thing there is that you cannot compromise. In relationship, you compromise. I have my principles, you have your principles, they are fine. How far can we bend for each other? No two people are made that they are perfect.
Yes.
You have to, it's hard work. You have to like cut some things out. Okay, me, I'm, for example, now maybe I like texting, and you prefer video calls. Do you understand? Let's find the middle ground. Okay, I'll try to do video calls, maybe 1 hour a day to start with, and you yourself try and text.
That's
People are different
true.
personalities. Something as small as
That's
that can cause
true.
problem. I like texting, you like calling, and then you start feeling like I don't love you because I don't call you. I don't just
I
like
like
calling. Don't call me,
texting.
I
You
don't
like
call you.
calling.
You understand? So you have to start fighting on that one. I cannot agree that okay, you know what? Let's find a middle ground. So when
Yeah.
you have issues like that, I cannot find a middle ground. The problem. So like for example, something like being neat can also be an issue. Somebody like some, you can have a partner that has something close to OCD that likes their room well arranged. They arrange the remote, arrange their shoes,
Person is
everything is
very
okay.
melancholic in nature.
And the other person is scatter, throw shoe here, throw shoe there, show shit, this thing there. And there's only the limited period of time that person can endure out of love that okay, you know what, you will change. So if you can't address that issue as early as possible, what you have is a relationship that is bound to end midway in your marriage.
It's true.
Because unless one starts staying in different rooms, you start staying in different rooms too. It's a problem for your intimacy. I like my room very, very organized, very neat. I don't want to see dust. And then you come, you wear your shoe anyhow. When I already package, you wear my shoe, you stay. And then you wear your shoe all over the whole place. And then you drop your bag here. Some people don't like it when you go out and then you use the clothes that you wore out and come and sit down on the bed with it. You tell you to move it first.
Yes.
Get in the shower, put it down on the bed. And then maybe I can't bed that as I come from work, lie down on the bed first. And first relax
Before
for like
you
30 minutes before you think of anything to do. Then some people tell you that they eat fresh food every day. You must cook fresh food every day. Can't warm from yesterday to the next day. That's a problem too. So these are issues that you need to ask questions about. They might look funny, and I think one reason why people don't ask questions is because they are afraid of the answer. They feel like I don't want to know. Something about ignorance is bliss. If I don't know, it's what I mean. So instead of asking, because you love the guy so much, you try not to ask about his genotype because you don't want to know. You just want the relationship to work. And that's the
just
problem.
need to work. I
Exactly.
don't think God cannot do.
Yes. And then you start praying. And I feel like God, there's nothing God cannot do, really. But God does not reward foolish decisions. He has given you a sound mind.
It's true.
Right? You have information at your disposal and then you choose to make a wrong decision intentionally, gambling on God, working miraculously in your life. That's not fair.
Yes, that's not good. Because even when the devil tries to tempt Jesus and tell him to fall down, he's going to send his host angel. What did Jesus answer him? He said we should test notes. So people used to test God to watch. Used to test.
You just down with that. You want to strong arm God.
Yes. So wow, you actually laid down a lot of these scenarios, and it's actually good because of these things people just take like okay, it's just there. We can surely overcome. What's that? But let me tell you, the human mind is something else.
When you get to the bridge, you cross it.
But the human mind does not work like that. It's like a building. It's it's like a building block. You know, this kind of those building blocks children used to play and you just start building things, all those kind of things. Or even house, for example. Every small ignorance that you make, you are building something. Psychologists say that the absence of something is not the presence of another thing. So because you are saying that okay, we are going to ignore it, we are going to ignore this. The moment you are ignoring something else is adding. Like, how will I put it down? The moment you are ignoring this particular case, you are giving and putting another block of problem into the one that is already there. Anything you ignore, you are building another bridge. You just keep adding blocks to the already faulty foundation.
I think on that point, I was watching a video recently, and the person was saying that the easiest way to sustain peace is through war. Now, in this context, what it means is that it is easier for you to have those small fights and resolve the issues.
Yes.
For example, someone like me, I prefer that if you're in a relationship as a couple, what you should do is that you make sure that every day, whatever fight you are having, you go to sleep without having any single fight that is pending. It must finish that day.
It must finish.
And yes, and once you resolve an issue, don't ever refer back to it again.
Yes.
You've resolved it, you apologize, you forgive each other, let it go. So those small fight that you have every day is better than having one big fight that. And then when you have big fight, what happens is that when you have big fight, you don't even know what you're fighting about because there's so many things. I'm saying one thing, and then you don't remember another issue again. Add it to it, and then before you know it, everybody has left the house.
That's so true. You know, I actually used to have that kind of issue. I'm even working on it. In fact, what even made me to even start working on it because of where I started working. You get, because no, if you just do me something like this, I'm fond of it. Before I used to say it, then all of a sudden I stopped talking. So then the not talking now start overcoming everything, and now suddenly I'm not talking anymore. So if you just do me something, I'll just be looking at you. But when I'm looking at everything, it's just building in my head and all.
You become very heavy.
Yes,
yeah, it's heavy in your heart.
Thank you. You get so if a customer come now and is looking at me and like you're not the one that offended me, so by the time you look at my face, hello, good afternoon, I just look at you. I just look at you like this, and you cannot interact. You're not transferring the aggression because so many things are already built up. And you know that's actually what happened now. Parents, they're not, when they now build that thing in their head, they will not transfer to the child. The child will not carry that one too and go to the school, transfer the aggression to the school, start having different problems with his classmates. It's just like that kind of thing is built. So I had to learn how to, when the thing just start coming like this, like I'll just start playing and be saying it out. You have to say.
I think a very serious red flag is when you can hold a grudge with your partner for more than a day. Like that time when I'll be annoyed and I'll go and sleep. And I'll be like, you know what, I can't sleep like this. Let me go back and go and check this issue.
It's true. Because
I'm not enjoying the sleep.
The day I tried this, I had bad dream. This kind of bad dream. Like, I woke up, I was like, it's because of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is the root of this.
Let's go and sort it out. Even your change. Let's just reserve it and continue our love story.
So, I even think that it's even better you just like try to even, like you said, just have that one, let the thing just die. And you know that the moment you're able to go through that phase, you feel free. You just
you'll be free.
You'll be free.
You love the person right and well.
Yeah.
You so many. And then the thing with grudges is that when you start holding grudges, at some point in time, you don't even know why you're angry again.
Thank you.
You have to stay for like 3 days.
Yes.
You're just angry for everything. You cannot remember. For nothing.
You cannot remember what happened.
You don't know. You're supposed to be fighting, but you don't know why.
Okay. So another question now is that what are they preventive measures? Or before you even go to that, how can couples know that, okay, this is becoming a irreconcilable difference, or is a normal fight? You know, we can have normal fight and
you can have regular fights.
Yes. Why would you know that this one? Okay.
When you can't agree on something, irreconcilable means that there is no middle ground.
Yeah, you said.
A middle ground of compromising means that you can agree. You can disagree, you agree on something. Do you understand? Because it's not as if you start avoiding agreements. Disagreements are good. Let's know that, okay, we have opposing views about something. Let's talk about it so that we can address something. Because over the years, when you're in a relationship, what you're doing is that as time goes on, you're supposed to be merging into each other. You dump some things, the other person dumps some things until you become one. And the continuous process. So if you can't agree that, okay, you know what, I understand what you're saying. You also understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But how can we move forward? So if you can't agree on the way forward, then that's irreconcilable. At that point in time, you need a third party. Either to come and dissolve the marriage or to come and help you unravel the issues.
Speaking.
Okay.
So now speaking on third party, most people don't like involving third party. In fact, it's like a taboo for you to even go and report the case or to even take it out of the family, this thing at that moment. So how do you what's the role of counseling and therapy in trying to reconcile these differences at this stage? Like, you get, even as a counselor, I've seen cases where if you say, oh, come for counseling, the word counseling is like is like a big thing, especially in the African mind. You get,
you're like going to gossip about what's going on in your
Thank
family.
you.
And I think
Yes,
calling
yes, yes.
outsiders, come and resolve it.
Come
What does
on,
that mean?
love it and all those kind of things. So how do you think counseling can help, or what's the role of counseling in this in reconcilable differences?
I think now, as much as possible, I try to advise people that when it comes to relationship, as much as possible, try and avoid third parties.
Mm.
You should be able to have issues and call each other to order, right? You have disagreements, you have to advise each other. If you go that I'm annoyed, let's talk about it. And then we talk about it and then we can resolve it. You understand? And that's why it's
Yeah,
important that as much as possible you involve God in your relationship. It can be the third person in the relationship.
it can
Do you
be.
understand? But at some point in time, therapy or third party counseling can come in when you actually agree that okay, we love each other. And deep down, you know that this issue you are having is reconcilable. Do you understand? You know deep down that this
Okay.
issue we can actually resolve it. But we're not just willing to work on it. Maybe because of ego or something. At that point in time, I need to call a third person in. Do you understand? And what third person does is that they offer some kind of neutrality.
Okay.
They offer some kind of neutral view of
Mm-hmm.
things. You know, they help, because sometimes we might be blind to our own fault.
That's
And you know what's funny? Sometimes you might be saying the same thing differently. So you are saying something, but you're saying it in another way. I'm saying something, I'm saying it in another way. So, but we cannot see how it is similar.
yes.
Somebody just come and then listen. They'll be like, you're actually saying the same thing now, but it's just that you are coming from a different approach. But because you are so immersed in your own opinion, you might not be able to listen to that person's opinion.
That's true.
But
Like saying,
you can still agree that the
okay,
intimacy
okay.
is there, the love is
Mm,
still there.
love it.
So what you just need is a third party to help you unpack the differences, so you can see clearly that okay, this is what the person is saying, that what the person is saying. That's why
That's
communication goes
true.
beyond just talking. It goes beyond just talking. It's about understanding what I'm saying. So if I'm talking to you and I don't understand what I'm saying, we're not communicating.
True.
That's a
Like,
big problem.
mm,
So the place of
like saying
therapy
A
is
is okay. You're saying something.
yeah. I said the place of therapy
Mm,
is just coming in. It's like, the Bible says that, for example, if somebody offends you, you talk to that person first. And if in talking to that person, you can't resolve the issue, you call one other person, one elderly person to come and listen.
yes.
And if they cannot resolve it, you cannot call maybe the elders of the church
Mm,
to come in. And if at that point in time you cannot resolve the issue, that gone far here. So you maybe just go your separate way. Do you understand? Counseling is just like what we do. For example, now we have two countries that are at war. Counseling is third party coming to say, what's the problem? Why are you fighting? Do you understand? One person is claiming that, okay, no, this is my territory. And now we're claiming that, no, it's our territory. So you have to come in and check, okay, which is it your territory or is it not yours? That's what counseling does. You
mm.
understand? And then we have a lot of people that are counselors, but sometimes it's important to speak to professional counselors.
Counselor,
But
please. Yes,
people
please.
just feel
Yes,
like
please.
it's not a thing in this part of the world that you talk to somebody and I'll pay to listen to somebody when I can talk to my pastor. And as much as our
Uh,
pastors are trying, they are not counselors, really. Some of
yes.
them
And you know the funny
can
thing.
use their experiences.
Yes. And you know the funny thing, I think even Mrs. Jessica said it in our session last night that many married people believe that once they're married, they're automatically counselors.
It's
And
bad.
it's good, and it's not, and yes, it's bad because counselors, I believe that they go through process, they learn active listening, so many things, and they are coming from another angle, not just from experience, but from skills and so much you get, so much grinding that they have gone through. You get, but once you are taking it to another third party or someone else that cannot see things in a clear view. And did you know that there's how you go and meet somebody to counsel you? You will go with more problem because the person will carry their experience, project it into your head.
Yes,
Then you will
exactly.
go and start feeling the thing was not happening in your relationship. You, because of that story and everything, you will now start acting like as if your partner was acting like that. If your partner, if before you went to go and report that this man was not listening, then the person you went to meet told you that that's how men used to do. They don't only listen, but they used to ignore. Now you now go back. You came with only listening problem. Now you now go back home and looking at him in the angle of he don't listen and he ignores. Do you get? You have now carried the person husband problem and come and put on top your own partner. Yes, yes, it does. It
Sometimes,
does.
because as when you're going to report for counseling, you might subconsciously give the person details that you want them to hear. But a professional will know how to ask questions that we don't want to talk about. So they know how to ask the right questions, read the body languages. They'll tell them that no, the information you are giving me will result in something that you already planned to do. Maybe somebody is abusing you, for example.
Okay, I think your network is breaking.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm hearing you, but
Can you hear me?
the screen is kind of faddy. Okay.
That network, yeah. Is
Okay,
it okay
I'm
now?
hearing you now. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so like I was saying, people just present details that will make the person advising you to give you a particular advice. You can drive the person
Hey,
into a particular
yes,
outcome.
yes, that's
So
true.
it lets the professional be able to see that no, I'm going to control the conversation. I'm going to take you to places that you don't want me to go to. Don't give me information. Don't feed me information. You're going to fish and ask you questions that will make you like, what the problem? What are the issues? Instead of just, and the person is also neutral. They don't care about you.
Ah,
You know, it's not your elder sister that automatically she's on your side, or she feels like, you know what, whatever happens in marriage, you must endure it. You know, different orientations like that can manifest in the kind of counsel we will give you, and that's why personal counselors are very important. They give you the more
that's true.
interested in both of you. They are neutral.
Yes.
They just want to
Ah,
listen to you and then find a solution for you.
mm. ah, that's I love this your answer. I believe that anybody that is here listening now will actually take cue that you actually need once you start seeing that you are having irreconcilable difference, you take it to a professional counselor to help you out. We have counselors that are actually very trained. You know, not we have. I am a counselor. My DM is
That's
open.
right.
Call my mate. I'm not even far. I'm not far. Ha, this is what we are. This is what we are built for. What we are made for. So my dogs
Right.
are always yes. So another question is like is what preventive measures? Okay, I think okay, what preventive measures can you advise people to take earlier on when they start seeing this difference? Like you spoke
I think the
about
first one is
okay.
communication. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
communication. I think sometimes it might feel like wow, over flogging um the overhyping communication, but seriously, that's like it resolves so many things. I've seen it. How you communicate with somebody and it resolves issues. So you know what their opinion is about something, what their genotype is, go for a test. Your faith, okay, I'm sorry, we're not from the same religion, we can't be together. You know, communicate. So that's like the first way to prevent anything from becoming irreconcilable. And it extends beyond, it extends into the fact that okay, you know what, you tell the person, for example, maybe somebody's hurting because some of these things they don't automatically become irreconcilable. Sometimes it's when you cannot discuss it and find a middle ground, like I explained before. That way it becomes irreconcilable. Some of these things are automatically irreconcilable. There's no middle ground, and some of them you can actually. It is when you ignore them that they become irreconcilable differences. All right. So communication is very important. Are we together? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
So communication like very important. Then the second thing will be um compromise. In some instances, there are instances where you compromise, you try and bend for each other. All right. For example, maybe you were raised this way. Okay, it's fine. I understand that you were raised this way. It's fine. But this is us now. It cannot work. So if you want this thing to move forward, you have to reduce this your pride and calm down, be humble, so you can find a middle ground for both of us to work. You understand? Okay, or you don't eat certain kind of food. I can't prepare it for you. Okay, what can we do? Should we outsource cooking? Is it going to be too expensive? If outsourcing cooking is too expensive for you, you find solutions. Do you understand? So, and if you're actually in love with this person, seriously, I think if you're in love with somebody and you're truly in love with them, you will be able to work things out. You'll not be saying, this is who I am. I don't know for you. That's how I was born. I feel like if you can admit that that's the way you were raised, that means you understand that you have something that needs to maybe be changed, or you understand, because you can admit it. You know that you are aware that it's a problem. Then that means you can work on it.
Yeah, that's true.
So communication, compromise, very important. That okay, you try as much as possible to. Then counseling can also work too. Very important too. You speak to somebody as early as possible, so these things don't pile up. They don't pile up. Just like having a medical condition, and then because you're not speaking to the doctor as early as possible, it goes to another level. For example, there's some kind of treatment that at level 1, it's still curable, but because you did not treat it, level 2, level 3, level 4, at that point it becomes stamina. And the doctor is telling that, you know what, you can't treat it, you're going to have to die. Sorry. I put it that was the wrong way to put it. But get the point. So you get that, and then there's no way about it at this stage. You have 6 months. If you had come 3 months earlier, or 4 months earlier, or 6 months earlier, and on the offside of that, I think I should advise people, if you are listening to this, go and do medical checkup. Because there was someone that went to do a medical checkup on the eyes. The eyes was fine. You understand? But someone just said, this eye is looking somewhere, go and do a test. And then if that person had waited 3 more days, she had gone blind. Because it's already at like a particular level that you just needed a little bit more time. And the person just wake up one day and you're just blind for no reason. So then the doctor started giving treatment and everything to reduce that thing that was going on in the eyes. So that's why very important as soon as possible. As long as you find out that, okay, you know what, we cannot by ourselves resolve this thing, try to bring in. I think the last speaker that came said something like that too. You can go to somebody's parents. And that's why one thing I forgot to this one thing you ask your potential partner is, who is that person that you fear, that you listen to? That's be one person.
Please.
That's one person that can talk to them. Can talk to you so that, okay, you know what, when everything is wrong, who is the person that you can go and meet? Like a marital, like your marriage mentor or something like that you submit to that. If the person calls you, they can talk to you and reach you. Do you understand? And of course, and that this to say that, okay, you already have a partner that you can communicate with. Either a partner that you can talk to, you have a problem. So we can talk to each other. So the moment we are unable to talk to each other again, we need someone that can talk to either of us or both of us, and that you listen, or that you be forced to listen. That no matter how angry you are, you will listen to this person with respect. Do you understand? So you need to have that kind of person too. So I think those are some of the ways you can prevent issues.
You see that last point that you raised there is very important, because once you're not able to, in fact, once you ask that question and the person is telling that, no, nobody can talk to me, my brother and my sister, it is a problem.
Please. Yeah, nobody can talk to you. How?
You should just carry your slippers. You know the way the Lord said that once you go to a town to preach and they don't accept you, you just your slippers. You run. Because if you say, okay, we can work it out, we can talk to ourselves. Let me tell you, a woman, even sometimes I don't like listening to myself. Even sometimes Holy Spirit to talk to me, I don't want to agree. So is somebody else that will be like, nah, yeah, you're not like this, to you chill. Not to talk about somebody that not listen to anybody. I fear no man, whether in heaven and on earth. You are finished. Because anybody that fear no man, you're on your own. So lastly, question that I believe anybody that is here is actually looking out for is, once you've tried all you can, you've been to a therapist, you've been to a counselor, you've tried to communicate and all, and it does not work out. How can you be able to handle the emotional fallout rather, that this kind of thing happened to me? I cannot believe this. A whole me. Where did I go wrong? Like, what do you advise people that have gone through this process of trying to make sure that things work out and it did not work out? How can they be able to come back strong or see that it's their fault or it's not their fault? I don't know. Like, for them
That,
to come back strong.
that's a very good question. How can you undo the consequences of decisions you made before? You know?
Yes.
Yeah. But in this case, the first thing I would like to say is that prevention is better than cure. Imagine you been married to somebody for 10 years, and the only reason why you're going to break up is because you cannot agree on something after 10 years. You know, that's like a lot of time that has gone into it.
Mm.
You know, and the longer you stay in something like that, the harder it is to actually step out of it. No matter how much you want to do like hard boy or hard girl, whatever. So the first way to handle it is to avoid having to handle that kind of emotional fallout in the first place. But things happen, right? Things happen. So how do you handle that kind of emotional fallout? I think the first thing for you to just, you know, of course, maybe you can first cry. You know. First cry. It's very important so that first, you know, release the emotion. Cry first. You know. And then after you cried, after you cried, I think what you now do is all you have to do is step back and then take stock. What happened? You know, because sometimes when you're in the midst of this whole thing, you can't see clearly. You know, it feels like something just pushing everybody and everything just rushing, and then at the same time everything just dies down. The relationship is no longer working, that's ended. What you need to do is, and in this case I'm talking to people that are single now, you step back and you take stock. What did you do wrong? How did you start wrong? You know, what are the issues that over time contributed to, you know, that relationship having to end at that point in time, having that kind of issue that you both cannot talk about, both cannot resolve. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you need to just step back and try and take stock. Because sometimes you have to like step back and for example now, I was in a relationship before, and then when we were in a relationship, I was doing a lot of wrong things, but I could not see it because I was in a relationship, so I could not see anything. I was just doing my thing, day in, day out, day in, day out. Then after the relationship ended, I was for a month, I was just off, and in that 1 month, I was just like thinking. I practically relived the experience, and I saw things that I should have done better. You know, places where I should have maybe given words of affirmation, places where I could have, you know, been supportive, places where I could have done this or done that. You know, I just saw everything within 1 month. I relived the entire experience, and then I decided that, you know what, I have to be better. I have to do better for myself so that I won't make kind of mistakes in the next relationship. And that's why it's important that you should not enter a relationship and jump out and jump in.
Yeah.
You understand? You can't just go in and you finish one, jump to down, finish one, jump to down. You have to step back. In fact, I think I took almost 3 years off to work on myself from what I learned in that 1 month of, you know, thinking about what I just come out of. Do you understand? So it took time. It took time to work on yourself. Okay, maybe this is area that you are weak in. Work on it. Because if you are going to sustain a relationship for a long time, you need to be balanced. You need to be balanced person. You cannot focus. See, overcompensating in one area will not hide the defect in another area.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you have plenty money does not mean you'll be able to meet the emotional needs of your partner. The financial capacity cannot cover up for it. That's why sometimes you wonder why somebody has a very rich man as a husband and they are cheating on them, because it's different. There are different needs. Do you understand? Having a lot of money will not account for your spiritual immaturity. It will not account for your emotional imbalance. Do you understand? Having money will not improve your self-confidence. But for a lot of young men out there particularly, they chase money hoping that when they have money, it's covered up for everything else. And that's wrong. So you have to spend time working on every area of your life, spiritually, emotionally, financially, occupationally or professionally, you know, socially, intellectually, physically. You have to work on everything. It has to be balanced. It is better for you to be 50, 70% in all of these areas than for you to be 100% financially, 0% emotionally. Do you understand? It's
Yeah.
It's not fear on the other person. So you take time off, take stock. Because most times we end the relationship and we blame the other person, their fault. Then when I came out of that relationship, my friends, of course, out of good intention, they wanted to like paint like their fault. And I told them that it's me. It's me that I know I did rubbish. Don't blame her. It is my fault. I know it's my fault, but I know what I did wrong. Do you understand? So it starts with you being honest with yourself, taking stock of the wrong decisions you might have made, that contribute to that kind of, and then the next time you try and have some kind of like blueprint for getting into another relationship. People take relationships like they just do it haphazardly, just wake up because I'm of a certain age and probably I'm in university, I can date. I can be in a
Oh, I'm
relationship,
feeling
so I just
loose.
jump into it. You understand? And then people don't even take time to learn about relationship, just jump into it. Something that you could have learned from listening to YouTube videos, from going to counsel, going to seminars, you now take 5 years to learn it in that relationship, and then you feel like you're experienced.
Mm.
And sometimes even having been in multiple relationships does not make you knowledgeable about these things. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's different. Being experienced does not make you knowledgeable. Does not make you wise. Wisdom does not come from experience. It comes from your evaluation of your experience. If you've experienced something, that's why you can repeat the same thing over and over again. You're an idiot. You do it before, and then you can do it again. But it does not mean you gotten better. So you enter one relationship, you suffered. Another relationship, you suffered. And then you not think because you have been in 6 relationships, and then you can teach people how to do it. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
that's some of the issues that I think people have to look out for. You take time to, and then invest in yourself. After you have to get to a point
Evaluated.
where by yourself, you can face life by yourself. A partner having a partner will not make you happy if you are not happy by yourself.
Mm.
Having a partner will not boost your self-confidence if you are not confident to an extent in yourself.
That's
So it's
true.
important that yes, I'm coming from a personal development angle. You have to work on yourself. Working on yourself to a very extent to help you attract somebody that is good for you. Because people know what they are doing. You know, you have God's
Speaking
feelings.
on,
People can look at you. Yes.
yeah, do you know that there was a time that in my life that the people that were coming to ask me out were people that were drunkards, someone that would just look and the person was just, I now had to, I just sat myself down. I think I particularly used to like 2 a.m. that time. Inspirations used to come. So I just woke up one day. I was like, come to think of it, oh, these people that have been coming are, I don't understand. Is there something that I'm doing that is attracting this kind particular, I don't want to say genre of men or kinds of people. So I was just like, it's like there's something that I'm omitting, that there's something going on that is attracting. I have to give myself, and do you know that evaluation I gave myself, like I just took time, read Joyce Meyer's books. Like it was big, but I don't even like big book at that time. But I was looking for something. I wanted to know what was going wrong. You get. That's when I knew that a broken person will surely attract another broken person. So
That's right.
until until I become whole, that's why I'm always preaching wholeness. Until I become whole and all, will I only attract my kind. And before you know what happened, I think it was like in 3 months' time, like that. The kind of people that are now coming, I knew that there was a change. I'm telling you the truth.
Exactly.
A big
I
change.
think you cannot rule out the place of personal development.
You
For
cannot.
example, before you enter a relationship, I think as an adult, as a person, before you enter a relationship like that, you should have gotten to the extent where you've worked on your ability to communicate. You can talk clearly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as if you just hide things out of respect. You have to be able to communicate. That's something you have to learn confidently. Tell your partner something that you're probably not comfortable with. You have to learn it. How to talk. But so many things like that. You become you work, and then one of the things that happens when you're working on yourself, that by working on yourself, you probably come across people that are also working on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
For example, this is an example now, very simplistic example now. For example, you start attending seminars, you attend conferences, you probably miss somebody that's also working on himself. And by attending those
Yes.
conferences, you can't be working on yourself and then you are going to places that you meet the wrong people and then you think you meet the right person there. You might not be that lucky. So it's very important that you work on yourself first. So that, see, it is when you stop looking for love and start working on yourself that you find that good love that you're looking for.
Yes.
When you're looking for love, you should run. Because, I mean, you're so focused on being in a relationship that there is nothing you have to offer. And it's very important to understand that a relationship is actually reciprocity. It's give and take. Nobody loves anybody unconditionally. We are not God. We are human beings. We cannot love anybody unconditionally. There has to be something that I'm taking, that's something you are giving. And it starts first with what you can give. What you can give to a very extent always determines what you can receive. Because what I give you will tell you, will teach you what I'm expecting to get.
That's true.
If I'm giving you peace of mind, I'm expecting peace of mind. If I'm giving you war, that means in a way you give me war back. But what you feed the other person that will give you back. And that's why it's important for men particularly that you invest and nurture your woman so she can give you what you're looking for. But we have so many people nowadays that feel like people you're not even sure of the person you're in a relationship with, so you don't want to invest in them because you are looking at it, will she stay or will she not stay? You are not sure, so you will not invest. You know, so there's so many things that are wrong with it. And I think I should say this too. I think sometimes people wonder why we talk so much about relationships. Why everyone's talking about it on social media, on Instagram. Like it's like a very big industrial zone. Everybody's talking about how to do relationship with people, how to date, how to find a good husband, find a good wife, and all of that. So why are we talking about it? That's because the relationship is a precursor to marriage. And marriage is a precursor, ideally, a precursor to family. And family is the basic institution of society. It's the foundation, it's fundamental to society.
Yes, sir.
All the problems we have today is because people are coming from dysfunctional families. Either you're coming from a good or bad family. Problems we're having today, everybody belongs to one family or the other. And
Yes.
they turn out, they are always a reflection of their experiences within the family. Bible says you should train a child in the way that he should go. And when he is old, do not depart from it. But when you don't train children, they will just do anything they don't do society. And it's because who you are as a person influences who you are as husband or wife. And also influences who you are as a parent.
It's true.
So that's why it's important that you first get it right. So that once you are in a relationship with somebody that is right for you, to an extent, your marriage becomes easier. Once you get the marriage right, to a very extent, raising the family becomes even easier. And then by extension, you will not raise dangers to society. Because that man that is beating his wife up, it's because he probably learned it from the family. Or he learned it because there was no family available to guide him.
Yes. So if
you're going to, yes, okay, I'm with you.
Okay, speaking on there was no family to train him. You know, the Bible says train up a child in where he should go. And there's a statement, the absence when the silence is also an answer. Silence. So even if you did not train the child, not training the child, or how will I put it now? You know, you can train a child in a good and a bad way. But when you decide not to train at all, and the child is the one training himself or getting training from outside, guess what? The Bible said that when he grows up, he will not depart from it. Meaning that as you refuse to talk to, that's when he has learned, he will not depart from it.
Exactly.
He will not depart from what you did not train. The untrained this thing, he will stick with it. It goes both ways. It's not only the good one that he will not depart from. The bad one too, he will not depart from it.
Because sometimes people honestly do not know that they are doing something wrong.
Yes.
Unless you tell them that, do you know that it is rude to do something like this?
Yes.
So until you call their attention to it, they might not know. They're not a bad person. They just don't know.
They just don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. And that's just it. You don't know what you don't know. So if you don't ask questions, if you don't comment on it, how do you expect the person to know that you're doing something wrong? You expect the person to read your body language. Somebody like me, I can't read body language. You have to talk. If you do body language, I ask you, I'll probably just move on because I'm busy or maybe I'm doing something. And it's not because I'm a bad person, it's just because it can get overwhelming for
It's not
somebody, and then you're moving on, and then
your
you are
friend.
there. You have issues. Talk. Yeah, just talk. Tell me. You don't see if you come my attention, I'll not listen. I'll listen to you. But you're not grumbling, or you're working. You're not changing your working style, or something like that. And I feel like, what's wrong with you? You say nothing. Okay, no problem. I continue what I'm doing, and you be angry. So you raise the issue, tell them like, okay, you know what? This is wrong, bro. Or maybe, like I said, you have different experiences. You might say, I don't think this is right. No, I think this is right. Okay, why? Oh, this is how we're raised. We're raised differently. Okay, you know what? Okay, I don't like it. I like it. Okay, let's find the middle ground.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know, different things like that. Sometimes just boil down to just talk.
Just talk.
You should not be in a relationship with somebody that you cannot talk to. A lot of things can be resolved by talking. Seriously, diplomacy works every time. Grumbling, fighting, forming hard guy, hard girl. It doesn't work.
No work.
Just destroy the relationship. Talk about it. It might make you look like you are too emotional. And for that, this is for guys too. Talk. Stop keeping it inside because you want to be a man, something like that. Talk about it.
I'm not just.
And if she cannot appreciate your ability to communicate, it's a problem for her.
I'm not just talking. I think men not like doing logic too much. Dear, you get. So John, sometimes when we are complaining about something, we don't need you to start flying into trying to solve the issue. Like I was telling someone, sometimes we already have the solution in our head. You just feel like just talking it. You get.
Yeah.
So
I think I had that bad habit because naturally I'm inclined to solve problems. So when I'm listening to you, I'm finding solutions already. So it took me time. I think you were even that told me that thing. I think that was 2020 or so. I was talking about something like that. And you were like, sometimes women just want to talk about this thing. They don't want solutions.
yes.
Just let's talk about it. So I can release. And me, automatically I find solution to a problem. So it's not a gist to me. It's a problem. It needs a solution. I'll give solutions. I'll be like, that's not what I want.
Yeah,
and then if you didn't tell me, then I would not have recognized it as an issue. I didn't know until then.
And the disadvantage to that is
I find solutions.
And the disadvantage to that is that if you are just looking for solving solution and she just want to talk, she will automatically go and look for who is going to listen and not solve her solution. You are now using style to now push your woman to the person that will listen and will not solve solution. That's how many women have women group. And if God did not help you, and she go and land in a group of women that are no, your marriage have just closed the book like this. Because if she goes to the midst of women that this one is giving their self advice, women empowering women, and she land with the wrong group, that's the end of your marriage because they'll be giving their self fake advice on those kind of things.
Yeah, that's why it's good to learn some of these things, understand these things. See, I was telling somebody recently that sometimes people don't cheat because they want to cheat or because they are bad people. But we're human beings. It can happen. Do you understand? And that's why there's a verse in the Bible that I like. It says, beware the antics of the enemy. The devil has different agenda. He has different tactics. So if you are aware about how or what are the issues that can lead to cheating in a relationship, what are the issues that lead to problems in a relationship, and you are aware of them, you can work towards avoiding those things. You understand? But people take bad decisions or actions or something like that as a result of opportunity and motive. But if you are aware and you are able to make sure that you don't create an opportunity that will allow your partner to be seeking advice outside your home, you should be your partner's confidant, your advisor, best friend, because you already understand that, okay, by not being the best of those things to her, she will have to find it outside the home. And how well can you trust the advice you get from outside the family? Somebody just come and tell you that, my own husband, this boy will have, do it in your house too. If he talks, I will say 2. If he takes 1, I will say 4. And then you take it to your family house. That's our own experience. And then she just wants you to be like her, but you don't know. You won't know.
It's true. You will know.
That's why it's important. You take charge of yourselves.
Yes. Oh my God, this has been I said it. I just knew that it's going to be a very interactive session. Yes. Like, as I'm like this, I'm overjoyed. I'm filled with so much joy. And like I said, this is not going to be the last time. You said we know now. We just started.
Yeah.
We just started. We have so much.
I'm always happy to come back.
Of course. And I always be happy to invite you because I cannot even have enough. If not for time, like forget. We have so much more. So thank you guys. Huthman has books that he have written on personal development. one of our favorites is the First Class Experience. So
Yeah.
you
That's my
can
favorite
check.
actually.
So you can check out it's in your bio, so that anybody that has
I
it
have to
can.
check it. I'll send to the group. I'll put it. I think
Okay,
it's there.
okay. So you can get his book, The First Class Experience, and other books that he has written. He's filled with so much wisdom, so much wisdom. We are just getting it. This is wisdom from our 3 years, 3 years that he went on. So, and there's so much more to come. So once again, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And or
Thank you.
we'll be doing this some other time again. And or
Yeah.
so good night, good night. Please, if you have
I think
questions,
I should commend your good work. Oh. I should commend you. It's not easy.
I mean, we are moving by the spirit. We are moving by the spirit. Because if you leave me like this,
Ah. It's
um,
actually very important. Seriously, very important what you are doing here.
I
It's key
mean,
to changing society. Raising better
yes,
people,
so,
better families. We have to do better than our parents.
ha, yes,
When it comes to marriage, when it comes to parenting, we have to be better. We cannot afford to miss it again.
yes, so. If not, the 22nd century is going to suffer, and it's going to be worse. Like it's going to.
Because I actually sometimes I dread what will happen at the end of this century. What kind of society are we going to have? Look at the one that we are in. Gone. Everything has scattered. It remains small.
Everything. So that's it, Sha. So thank you so much. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
very
coming.
much. Thank you
Please,
very much.
yeah, if you have questions, you can send it to my DM because of time and all, and of course I'll relate to him and we'll give you your answer. So thank you so much and good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.